Good morning, good evening, whatever the time is that you're watching this. My name is Vic Ruiz, and today we'll be talking about the 7 things you need to know before coming to New Zealand. Whether you're moving here or you're just coming to travel, New Zealand is an amazing place to come, but there are definitely a few things you need to know before you come visit this beautiful country. Things that I wish I had known. Today is actually the anniversary of my 6th year in New Zealand. I'm originally from South Africa. I moved over right after I finished school and I haven't looked back since. It's an amazing country and I really recommend that people come and visit. There's so much beauty and it's just so amazing being here. Honestly, if you're thinking about it, please come. It's amazing. But now, number 1, I would recommend that you pack like you're traveling the world. So even though New Zealand's a very small country, very small island, it's actually every 50 kilometers, it's almost like you're hitting a whole new environment. We find that the weather here changes very quickly and very, very often. For instance, on a previous trip that I had to Piha, 1 second it is beautiful sunshine and nice out, all of a sudden it starts to rain and then it just goes away again. Also, just even between the 2 islands, it's like 2 completely different worlds. The North Island can be quite hot. We have beautiful beaches and amazing coastline up here. The South Island, we have more hills and mountains. It can be a lot colder down there. So when you're coming and you're planning on traveling to both, be prepared for 2 completely different types of environment. Number 2, don't drive like an idiot. So that does sound extremely self-explanatory, but these are things that you do need to know. In New Zealand, we drive on the left-hand side of the road. Here, a lot of our farmers, they use the public roads to get from one end of their farm to another or pulling their sheep across. And then you'll be having a proper New Zealand experience. When you're in camper van, you're slow, just be courteous and pull over to the side of the road. People will thank you and it'll just be a lot better for everyone. Whatever the speed limit is, don't go too slow, don't go too fast. Here we actually do ticket people because, we love safety on our roads and we like our people. It's very important here that you wear a seatbelt. We're quite adamant about road safety and as well, you will get a ticket from the police because we care. And just spatial awareness. Don't be right up against someone. They won't thank you for that at all. All right, number 3. When you're asking someone for directions, either show them the name or the address simply because you might be getting the pronunciation wrong. And that could mean that you could end up in completely the wrong place. On the other side of the country, for instance, you may think a place is pronounced Wangamata when it's actually pronounced Whangamata. And you might confuse Whangaparoa with Whangapoa, and then you could end up 3 hours away from your actual destination. Or you could confuse Rotorua with Rotoroa, and then you're truly screwed because that's in a completely different island. So please ask and be sure. Okay, number 4, and this kind of ties into places. This is not Australia. We do not have kangaroos, snakes, or dingoes. Don't call the people here basically Aussies. Don't ask how far a drive Sydney is from Auckland. And don't say pavlova, pineapple lumps, or Russell Crowe are from Australia. You know what? Actually, don't even talk about Australia. They don't exist. Anyway, moving on. Number 5. Even though we don't have snakes, we do have sunburn. So as some people might not know, there is a hole above New Zealand's ozone layer. This causes that here you can actually get proper sunburn. Me coming from South Africa, I thought I'd be fine because I spent my whole life on the farm in the sunlight. I got burnt rather quickly because the sun here is very different. The only way to avoid that is when you do go into the sun, you cover up and you wear a good amount of suntan lotion. It's still okay to be outside. You're not just going to catch fire or sparkle like a Twilight vampire. But you do want to cover up a little bit more here. Number 6. Be cautious around our beaches. Now, New Zealand beaches are beautiful and they're usually quite calm and nice, but this is an island in the middle of the ocean. So around some of our beaches, there are rips in the water where it looks nice and calm, but when you get there, there's an undertowing current. And getting caught in one of those can actually end quite horribly. You don't want that to happen to you. It's not a nice experience. If you're gonna go and swim in New Zealand beaches, please know how to swim. Otherwise, you're gonna end up like a bunch of other people on Piha Rescue, like these people.
This time on Piha Rescue. Michael, the swimmer, is not coping well. Michael is limp and too exhausted to get out of the IRB. Jess is strapped down.
This is an island in the middle of the ocean, so the water can be quite turbulent. Listen to our lifeguards, stay in between the flags. If you don't know how to swim, maybe don't go too deep. And last but not least, we have number 7. In New Zealand, sarcasm is kind of the norm. Everyone here likes to joke around, and from other cultures that might seem as rude. I knew when I came over it was a little bit of a culture shock, but that usually means that they do like you and they're just poking fun at you. It's usually quite a good thing if someone is being cheeky or sarcastic to you. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're just being rude or an asshole. Also, they say some things here that us foreigners aren't always used to. Like when they like someone, they call them a good My country, you should never call anyone a cunt. To me, that was a very big shock, but it works here. Just don't take it too seriously when they're joking with you. They're usually just poking a little bit of fun. Alright, well that's all from me. I hope this has been very beneficial. If you need any help or have any questions you want to ask, please comment down below or just send me a message on my Instagram. And just a little bonus tip, guys. We don't shag sheep, and neither should you, because that is bestiality. If you want to do that type of thing, just go to Australia.